Alright guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video we are gonna be learning here SQL injection course. So if you all remember, I will tell you I actually told you we are gonna be starting web hacking course, and this is the first video about the web hacking course. It's actually is not the first, it's the second one, because you have to be understanding how we can use Burp Suite the before or web hacking course. But if you know how you can using the Burp Suite, as just keep it up. If you don't know, please watch my the Burp Suite video on my YouTube channel and get this video now. So what we're doing in this video, we are just looking for the SQL injection, not for all. But I think we are all gonna be learning with you and with me how the SQL injection work, what does it mean database, then how we can actually earn money with this SQL injection payloads. And then in this video we have two real life scenario of this video. But before do this, you have to be understanding how the web work, then what does it mean databases, how is databases working, what is databases the commands, and how you can add to something of the databases, how you can drop it, and the different things about databases. So if we can understanding how the database is working, we will be understanding how the SQL working. So then we can injection or SQL payloads so directly and getting this some information or getting databases, or you can earn money out the hacker one, or the different things about the cybersecurity field. In this video we are gonna be checking for. Alright, but before the get starting, let me tell you something about the Amazon.com. So we are now at the Amazon.com, and if you're checking like that, and there is too many options for us. For example, gaming accessories, toys under electronics, and is Hamas kitchen, health and personal care, and beauty picks, something like that. So what does it mean? They are actually the filtered all of things here. There's someone is like a feel like gaming accessories or toys. So how to do that? So before they do that, they have to be creating some databases on their sites, and it could be look like this. So let me show you. So we know the Amazon.com has a database server actually, and then it's actually to getting information, for example, three things to here, but it could be a more and the more and more and more, I don't know. So the before do this to the Amazon to create a database server, they have to be checked for the first thing about the shop, because what they are not actually look like on the different things. They are shopping something and buying and selling something on their site. So they have to be actually here create a shop database like that. This is the shop database for the Amazon.com, and then they have to be filtered their databases with the table, because the shop will be had a user, products, and orders. So you will understanding it with, for example, let me check it for gaming accessories. So now we are on the shop, so that means we are on the gaming databases. So if you check it for the keyboard and then looking for the cable card, and if you are buy this, you will be user here, products, and orders here, and you will see here the products on this URL is actually Copula, so basics. Alright, so this is really cool. And the second one is the staff. This is the staff like this is the normal things about the website. It's copy of all of that, and then the most important things here is accounts. You will see there like that. So let me show you like here. So let me go here. Alright, that's cool. And then it's the most important things for the websites is accounts, because if you want to be to buying something or selling something on the Amazon.com, you have to be say with your name, or you your the email, and then credit card, and then I don't know your addresses. So too many things you have to be say with on Amazon.com for buy and selling something, and then they have to be actually say with it for not actually getting this information for the bad hackers. But I appreciate it for the not bad hackers guy, because they are just actually working here save them credential like that with this too many hard working. So if you're understanding what does it mean databases or something like that, database server, so now we can checking for how we can is create a database server. So because we have to be understanding all of things about the SQL injection, so why actually told you about the database server first. So the first one we have to be go here for the database server and how you can checking your database server like that. So for example, if I'm gonna checking here not SQL, so let me use it. That's cool. My SQL definitely, and dash you know who am I. So if you're checking here the who am I, you will see here your root here. So that means there you have to be checking your username here for the my SQL dash u roots. And now for the password, you just have to be giving here dash p, and it will definitely ask you enter a password, and or password is what's your computer password. Mine is Alderson. So now you are into the database on your computer. For example, if you were running here the ls, it's not gonna be working because this is a really different languages that you have to be complicated is over here. You have to be some actually here guys the SQL it's really important for the SQL. You have to be knowing SQL here. It's really important for the SQL injection before. So how we can use SQL injection? The first thing, if you are accesses on the databases, you just have to my SQL, you have to be running here show databases like that, and it will actually showing you which databases. You can see here the information schema, my SQL performance schema, and the system is over here. For example, if you want to be using system, you just have to be check it here, use system, and then the database is changed here. And again, so what we have to be do, so let me show you again right here. All right, that's fine. So let me go here, downloads, and now let me open this. Yes, again. So now we can actually access on the database. Time to be accessed on the table. So we have to be running here show tables like that, and it will be show you guys which table you can use here directly. But this is really complicated. I don't want to be use it. So how we can use it? Let me show you the better things. How we can create database and how we can create the table. How we can attribute the value on on this database's table values like that. So before do this, again we have to be actually here to connection with this my SQL server on your so you have to be connection with your computer credential. So for example, let me go here the downloads, no, that downloads, right, it's on the terminal, right, cat databases .txt. So this is the actually guys the how you can creating database here, and how we actually checking for the databases, and then the how we can create a table, and then how we can attribute the value of this table on databases like that. So before this, you have to be create database for like that, create database my database like here. So the user create database my database like that. Is it correct? I think it's yes. Yeah. All right. So if you are click the enter here, is Curry giving us this okay. So for example, let me using show databases here again, and you will see here my database is here for the using it. But if you want to be check it in the tables, you will see nothing here. But before they use it, so you just have to be running here use my database like that is definitely, and it will be changed, and checking your with the Opal here the message is database is changed. So if I'm gonna checking here for the how we can connection with the table, you have to be running here show tables like that, and it will giving here the empty set to here because you're not attributed before for the table name here. So for the is actually here guy how we can attribute the the table here. You just have to be creating table. So let's to get starting, our table name is customers, and then we will attribute customer ID, first name, last name, and email. So it's like Amazon databases. So let me copy this, and if you are paste it here and click the enter, it will be create the table for you. It's named customers with this customer ID, first name, last name, and email. So let me checking it, and it will be giving us correct. Okay, again. So if I'm gonna say here show tables one more time, it will giving us to here the customers. But before the actually using with these customers, how you can checking for the customers information here. This is really basic. Select from customers, you have to be run here, but if you want to be run it, it's give you nothing here. Not all right. Let me select from customers is like here, and it will be is actually here the empty set. So now we create a database, the table. Time to be attribute some value into the actually here guy to table like that with this command. So if you want to be actually do it insert into comment, it will be giving you customer ID first name and last name and email here. For example, our first customers is the John, and the last name is Doe, and the email is johndoe@example.com is like here. So now we can using here controller C, and then let me again connection my SQL here again, my database again. So what we have to be running here, to do this, let me actually here guy to save it, because I want to be show you something different there. All right, let me checking this with like that. SQL P. Yes. Before looking into the database, we gonna be using here show databases if you are remember it. So what we are using here, show databases like that. So it will be actually provide for us the databases of the server, but the second one you have to be use it. So for example, let me using here my databases like that, and it is giving us the databases change it for us, and we will using here use my database here with this the command is like that. So time to be looking for the tables, show tables command, we have to be run it. So it will be giving us here show tables command, giving us this table about this database. Now time to be gathering information about the customers. You have to be running here select from customers. So then you will actually access this here about this customer ID, first name, last name, and email about this databases server. And this is could be to here guy able to with these commands. Why I am running here the write this command here directly, because it's about how is SQL injection running here. So you have to be to looking for your database, and then you have to be use this database, and then you have to be check at the tables, and then you have to be know about the table name, and then the select your database information with this table name here directly. So we are all gonna be using this at our course, just changing parameters. So SQL injection is so easy like that. So to definitely, if you want to be learning SQL injection, you have to be go Portswigger, because Portswigger is giving us the burp suite here, and then we can checking the burp suite here directly. And then if you want to be using this burp suite with this checking to improve your SQL injection skills, you have to be go Portswigger. And this video we are gonna be all SQL injection lab here to solving with you, but I'm not gonna doing like as just solving it. I'm not gonna be do that. I will be actually here guy the detailed explaining all of things about SQL injection. So before do this, you have to be starting your SQL injection, you have to be check some actually source on your computer. The first thing is SQL injection payload, and then you have to be the you know is you have to be go this side and the hack tricks, and then SQL injection cheat set, you have to be go on the Portswigger, and then this three website will be help you. And the GitHub page you will see here the SQL injection payload here, and then they actually update and upgrade this SQL injection payloads for all the time. So they have the actual sponsor here. You have to be the go this side, and this hack tricks for the how you can and the where you can actually using the SQL injection is like that. But the most important it is definitely, and again at the Portswigger, as a Portswigger giving us this cheat sheet about the SQL injection. So in this the SQL injection cheat sheet on the Portswigger will to provide to you not using the SQL injection. This is really cool because it's showing us this where we can using SQL injection like that. So if we are ready for this, let's get starting for the first course, the first lab, sorry. This is just apprentice. Alright, not so before. This lab contains SQL injection vulnerability on the product category filter. Alright, we are just actually here looking for product category filter. Alright, when the user selects a category, the application carries out the SQL query like the following. Okay, select from products where the category is just going on the gifts and realize it could be one. To solve the let, perform an SQL injection attack that causes application displaying one more unreleased products. Alright, let me access this lab, and this is the solution, but you can check out the solution, but you can you cannot find like me to explain it, you know what I'm saying. So you have to be reading here directly. This is really important. This lab contains a SQL injection vulnerability in the product category filter. Alright, this is actually has a SQL injection on this product category filter is like here. Refine your search, for example. Let me go here one more time, Amazon.com. So let me go Amazon.com here. Amazon.com. Yes. So if you're checking here again for the, for example, at the product category is over here, and you will see here there's the same value about with SQL injection. For example, let me checking your accessories. It will be giving your category products. The file is over here, and then the Amazon will giving you the same thing. But you know it's the baby work, but Amazon is not. So why is Amazon look looking like that? So this is the important. You have to be improve your SQL injection to before starting here. Alright, what we are knowing here. This is really important. Select from products. So where we are using it, select from customers. So what I'm running is on this the or not pathing here. Sorry, is a mouse path. So because of that, because the old SQL injection or our SQL table or SQL database is still working like that. So it's just select from somewhere. So this is select from the categories is over here, for example, accessories. So if you or click here the accessories, it will be equal to not gift, it could be our accessories is like that. So now we have to be checking here SQL injection is over here. But before to do that, please intercept this on your burp set, and then turn on your burp. And if you're checking here accessories one more time, it will be get the metal here for the request, and then let me send it repeater like that. And then if you send it, you will see actual different. You're not gonna be seeing here different method in here, and you can check it within the render like that. There is no more different things this like that. So we have to be giving you here or SQL injection payload. So your SQL injection payload could be, guys, this is really important. With starting this as to is a pub, and then the plus is over here, and we have to be check it on the the how we can use it is like that. It's really important, and checking your SQL payload is over there. But before this, let me send it, for example, and it will be giving here the internal server error. There is a SQL injection actually. This is really important, because it's not giving us 404 is like that, but it's giving us the 5 is the internal server, and you will checking it with the here. Yes, we are knowing here there is an SQL injection. Time to be give it or SQL payload here directly for the running. So the before this you have to be go to SQL injection cheat sheet on the port figure. You have to be use this codes and use this cheat sheet. So methodology or source on your whole life. So just trust me, guy, you have to be use it on your whole life. All right, so it's giving us there's a different, yes, there's a different cheat sheet again. So you will see there how it's actually, yeah, it's the same thing, the how it's using, for example, for the here at the category in accessories, just giving us the here the select from products where category gift and realize it is equal to 1. So that is cool. Let me start in here sublime text 1.txt. Then because I want to be show you how it's to working with detail explain it talking before, and then we are just knowing here to retrieving hidden data with this products at the category, and when you are checking some to accessories is over here, it will be the select from the products where category on the gift, but or the target is not gift for is accessories is like that, doesn't matter actually, and then release it on the one parameter is over here. So that means you can checking your parameter is like here with this one. So we are now checking how it's working, and or parameter is equal to 1. So there is too many value to how you can checking your parameter to 1. For example, the first thing you can checking your parameter like to with single pop, and then with to or is like here the plus 1 is equal to 1. It will be giving you to here use your parameter like here, and then giving to or it's if it's the plus 1 is equal to 1 is will be the it's contribute to value of the 1 again here directly. So if you're checking it at the accessories is like that, you will be actually here, guys, nothing to see here, right? That is correct. So what we can do here, so you will see there is not gonna be working. So let me using on the show you at the burp suites. So it will be checking you again 5 internal server. Why? Because of what this is about to you have to be checking the contribute and the it's have to be give the feedback here. So why you have to be using here dash so double dash to here, and if you are sending it, you will be checking here congratulations, you solved the lab here directly. So I hope you will be understanding what we are doing here. We just contributing or the value parameter is 1 to sending again to or value is like here to understanding us. We are not checking for the if it's there the different to SQL injection. We are just here, guy, what to looking for this what is giving us and how we can use it. So now we check this, and the time to be go for the second lab here. That is really cool. We checking the first is really important. So this is the best SQL injection ever. It's at the login page, and how you can using your login page at the SQL injection. For example, there is a two for example want to be actually logging like admin of the some server. There is a two-way you can actually using your brute force attack or the SQL injection. So I love the SQL injection because its brute force attacks is really is not complicated for this time. So let me deleting all of things here. So there is nothing that you can see. For example, if you're checking the it will be product ID, but this is not our goal. So our goal is this lab contains SQL injection vulnerability in the login function. So we have to go here. The login function is over here, is it? To solve the lab, perform an SQL injection attack to log the application as administrator. So, for example, to here you can is the login as the password with this administrator. So it will be giving you email, username, or password, and then you can hack this the password with the brute force attack because it's too hard to crack it. So how you can check it? You have to be using your SQL injection. So for example, let me check in here controller F and looking for administrator. There is no administrator. No. All right. So there is a too many payload for the to log in like administrator of this website is over here directly. So there is too many payload you can use for it. So you can use all this payload for the login page, but this is really easy. So let me to thinking like the easy here. So let me giving here admin and then single pop and then dash is definitely you have to be using dash on your the SQL injection payload here. But this we are not admin. This we are administrator. So I actually want to be do it on the burp suite because I want to be show you something different. So for example. So let me giving here administrator and for the password, let me say here password, and it will be giving us this post method is really important to hear. If we are redirecting something to somewhere, it could be on the get request. But if you are logging or uploading something, it could be on the post request is over here. So we can understanding this is really login method in here. So let me sending on the response. And then that will be giving us there is no invalid username or password is over here. For example, we are checking now they are using CSRF, but this is not our goal now. So we have to be giving to here SQL injection payload on this username. So if you are checking here again to GitHub, so we just have to be using here single pop-up and the dash here directly. So let me using here dash and the single pop is over here. But if you are sending it, you will be seeing here is over here. There definitely is 302 is over here, and this lab is not solved is like here, for example, because of why. This is really important. If you are just to upload your the payload on the just username, it will be not running here. You have to be checking the username with the single quotation mark to here like that. So it will be now working. If you want to be actually here guys at this username want to be uploading the SQL injection payload, you have to be give it on the password. It could be equal to single quotation mark. Now if we can saying it will be giving us here different things, but it's not working now. So let me use it actually directly is over there. Alright, I don't know why it's not working because of we are checking it before 304. So let me using access this lab again. So if I'm gonna go my account here and for the password, if you are checking it the single quotation mark, you will be solved this lab here directly. So this is really cool because we are all gonna be learning here how we can to log in at this administrator with this SQL injection. But this is really easy room. So this is really easy lab, but you can check it at the old payload about the admin page to here. There is too many, you know, the payload. You can use all of things to here for the bypassing the payloads is over here. You can check it and filter it. Does your SQL injection payload here. Now we can get two room here directly. So time to be go. SQL injection attack is querying the database and the version on Oracle. So now we can looking for really SQL injection method in here, because why? Now we are, let me access this, access the app, access the lab, and in this lab we're gonna be learning how we can you know, it's really complicated telling, but in this lab we are accessing the database, and we'll find here the table name and checking with this table name with databases username and password here directly. So this is really cool. Okay, all right, so now what's our goal? Reading. This lab contains SQL injection vulnerability in the protect category filter. You can use union attack to retrieve the result from an injected query here. To solve the lab, display database version string. So it's hint. All right, it's just giving us the hint here. We actually, you know what, we're not needing it. So we are checking here the same, you know, is like an Amazon.com. It's like to some accessories is over here, the compare gifts, so different things here. And then we have to be looking for vulnerability protect category filter again to here. There's an SQL injection. So if you're gonna be working at the SQL injection too many years, you will be understanding here, yeah, there is an SQL injection. You know, it's like not like to brain, it's something like a feel. All right, let me enter it at my to burp suite here. So but we can check in here directly. So if I'm sending it, it will be just the same thing about the here. But if I'm gonna be adding here the single quotation mark is over here, what is them gave us? It's giving us to here 5 internal server is there directly. So now what's telling us, you can use union attack to retrieve result from injected query. So the before do this, let me check in here the is like or 1 no plus 1 equal to 1, for example. It will be giving us here internal server error. All right, that's fine. So we have to be checking something at the, you know, the databases. So how we can checking the checking something at the databases? So it's able to, you know, is select to now here from table name, you know, table name or table like that. So we have to be check it same thing to here, but before the using select at this URL, you have to be using the union, because the union will be select is, you know, is the union will be helping us for the using select here. Let me using union select. Now we have to be using the something, but we don't know what we're checking for. For example, we are just looking for ABCD, now ABC, and then like DF, DEF, to from, to plus again, yeah, here do all, and then dash dash. So we are now select at ABC and DF from dual or the table name, and we are checking for ABC or DF is just randomly. So if you're sending it, it will be giving us this 200 method in here. So let me using it at the render, or you can use this command like here. Definitely it will be helping you. So let me copy this and then come over here and looking for this gifts union select. Yes, it's working now. So We can checking for the here for the dual, but we have no idea what is the equal to table name. So that means we have to be giving here the different table name to here, like this could be at the payload is over here. We have to be used it. And the second one is here. I think it could be from the ABCDF from dual. So now we are checking here the table name. So you know what? We are checking here the table. We have no idea about the table name, so we have to be bypassing it with the commenting here. So you have to be come over here the database version. You can query the database determining its type and version. This information is useful when formulating more complicated attacks. So we have to be using it from this version. So let me, for example, use it to version. So if I'm gonna be checking it for the is working, the version, yes, it's still running here, but we have to be the checking here the again bypassing it, because we have no idea what we're checking for on this table name. Is it again to, yes, we can use it here banner. Okay, I know I can use it here the banner, but so let me using here banner. And then what's the other? So we can actually using here the banner and the version for the bypassing it, because we have no idea it's the what's database and what table name, and the way we're using it, this query database determinants is the for the bypassing here. Okay, banner, but if we have no idea about the second one, you can run it like that. So let me run this like here, definitely union select from the banner and that from the version. But yeah, guy, all right, be checking something, but we have to be checking it with the def, because def is not running here. If you or don't know how we can checking for the table name or the database, just giving it the null. And if we're checking the here the null again, so if I'm gonna be running here the null, what is could be like that, I don't know. Yes, the solved the lab here again directly. So what we are doing at this lab, we are just doing at this lab like that. So let me explain you. So we know there is a product category has SQL injection, right? And then we are just select to something table name, but we have no idea about the table name. So before using the from, we are just giving it is like the random methodology like A, B, C, D, and dash dash. So then we are go the SQL injection cheat sets, and then we're gonna be learning here is a $V sign and version will bypassing the table name here, and the banner will be bypassing to the value at the table name. Then we can understanding here, we cannot using here the def, that will be bypassing it with the null. So this is really basics about the SQL injection, I think. I hope you will be understanding it, but I really is not don't mind it, so let me explain you one more time. So what we're doing here, we're just our goal is select some value about the table name, but we have no idea about the table name. So we have to be checking this table name with this bypassing. So why we're using it? Why we're using here the from version? Then again we checking it, and we will see here we have no idea again from the table value. We will be using here for the bypassing the banner, and for the second value for there is no more the bypassing to methoding it with this value about the table name. So we are just running here the null like that. I think this is really cool because we solve it. And then let me go here the all labs again here directly. Okay, SQL injection attack, querying the database type and version on MySQL and Microsoft. Alright, that is really cool. So alright, we solved it. Now we are on the new yes, we are on the new labs on the sports figure. Let me access the lab and I'm reading the caption. This lab contains SQL injection vulnerability in the protect category filter as always. You can use union attack to retrieve the result from injected query. To solve the lab display database version strings, there's a hint for us. Alright, the chat state we have to be looking for. Alright, is as always. It's the same at this except like the other website. But it's the same thing I think we have to be using here because the same website, I don't know. So let me using here intercept zone and then go on the turn on your burp and then let me checking for accessories is over here. So now I think you will be understanding what we are doing here. We are just doing here same things. So it's really we are just doing here the same things. We are just doing here union select and yes, ABC and DF DEF and the from the table name is equal to dual like that dash. So we are just running here for all SQL injection payloading here. So let me go to the repeater, and if you send it, you will see here the 300 the request method in here. But if you're checking at category, it will be giving us here 5 internal server like that again. So let me run it here like here for the understanding to bypassing here the directly, and then it will be showing us to nothing here because of what are we are doing here. There's something wrong. I don't know. I think it's not. Union select ABCDF from dual. I don't know. I don't think so. So let me go back. For example, let me go back, gifts, and then running here, union select, at the ABC and DEF from dual. Is it giving us internal server here really? I don't know. Oh, because of this, right? We have to be running here the plus. No. Union select ABCDEF the from dual like here. So what's, oh my god, I don't know. Let me access this lab again. I think we have to be doing here the same thing, Alright, we are just selected on the union, but before that we have to be adding the plus union select to ABC DEF from to dual. Why is giving us internal server here? I don't know. Is it about yes, you can use union attack to retrieve result, inject the query. Anyway, we are looking into MySQL and Microsoft here, right? So why we're giving us here select version like here, definitely we have to be using it select version. Yes. So if I'm going to be using here the Microsoft and MySQL, we have to be use this command select version right here, definitely. So let me go here, union select here the version, right? Union select to version. You know what? union select the version here. And then for the table name, we have no idea why we're running here the null, and then the giving here the hashtag. Oh my guys, really, bro? Am I drunk? Alright, let me running here plus. Nope. Yeah, we're doing here the same thing, I think. I don't know what we're doing here wrong. Let me go category one more time, and for example, let me run here the gifts again. Alright, we are running here at the union select at the version null, like that, right? So I have to be running here. No, that's not. So let me run it like that. No. Yes, we are working on the Microsoft and the MySQL, right? Okay. Why we're using here the select version like that, and then we are checking for the null here from union select. No, I don't know why it's not working here, but it could be like that. I don't know. So let me go here again. All labs. Alright, SQL injection attack. So access. Alright, there's an hint. Is you can find some useful payloads. He's here. So let me run it here the gifts. So as always, we have to be doing here union select at, you know, why we're using here the Microsoft and MySQL, running this and at version here, and from dual, for example. Yes, it will be giving us this internal server here, right? But if I'm gonna run it here the null, because you're have no idea about this website in here, null. Yes, could be like that. What? What's running here? I don't know. Oh my god. Okay, I gave it up. What's the solution? Dude, I did the same thing. What? Dude, I did same thing. Really? I fucked up, you know? You know what? I fucked up. Oh my god, it's not working. Dude, I did same thing here. You know, we are just using here MySQL and the Microsoft and running this at that version here. I don't know. So let me go here to 5. SQL injection attack listing database contents and non-Oracle databases. So this is really a real life scenario. Alright. So now we are able to lab at this SQL injection attack listing database contents and non-Oracle databases. So this is the real world scenario, guys. You have to be understanding here clearly and intelligently. Alright, so please trust me here. This lab contains SQL injection vulnerability in the product category filter again. Okay. Now, the result from the query are returned application or response, so you can use union attack to retrieve data from other tables. The application has a login function and the database contains the table that holds the usernames and the passwords. Unit determines the name of this table, the columns and the contains. Then retrieve the contents of the table to option username password for all user. To solve the lab, login as the administrator of the user here. Okay, now we have to be checked the same thing here. So it's actually here, guys. Let me explain you. So what we have to be doing here, we are just looking for the here the table name, and then looking for the table name with the SQL injection payload, and then looking for into it is the users um, credentials, we have to be check it at the table name at this user credential. Then we will see it this credential about this administrator. Then we will be here guy the checking the administrator the username and password here directly. So before do this, again we have to be starting with union attack. You know what does it mean? Union select we are just checking for the username and password, but to the time we have no idea about this username and password. We have to be changing it. For example, union and select to here before the starting it. For example, let me say the table name value is the ABC, and that the second one is could be or equal to DEF, and it's definitely running on this the where there it could be there is no to table name here. So let me go here again my to burp suite and then to turn on the here. So let me running here the gifts and then send it repeater and then checking for it for how's it working. So let me add it add to not here, not this, definitely not this, and then the checking for this the payload for this looking for the ABC or DEF is working here if it's the SQL injection. So if I'm gonna be sending it will be giving us to here 300 the request the method in here, and you will see there you can actually checking for the here ABC and DEF. Now we are understanding yes there is an SQL injection attacking here like that. So let me change my music here. All right, that's really cool. Now time to be we have to be the check it here the table name and password and the table name and this to the another important things here. Now we can check in here there's an SQL injection. Now we are in the checking for it is ABC and DE after here. So what's the orders, what's our goals? So our goals is checking for table name and get the value into it with schema. Right, so now our goal is we have to be finding here the table name directly. So alright, we have to be using here database contents is over here. Yes, we are using here Oracle or non-Oracle. That's really doesn't matter because there is no Oracle to giving us to here like a real life scenario, And yes, we have to be using it's what does it mean? You know what? Is something wrong at my ST? Is there something wrong at my ST, Yeah. There is something wrong. ST is firing, but I don't care. Alright, now do we have to be checking for at this the table name for the this at the schema. So we have to be using here again union select. All right, we know it now. Union select, we have to be using it, but it could be or select from the table name or information schema tables is like here definitely. So now we have no idea about or the table name. So before, for example, if you're checking here, there is the old table name is over here. You have to be provided. But if you have no idea about the table name, you have to be using an information schema tables like that. So that means if you have no idea about the table name, you have to be using information schema tables is like here definitely like that. It could be or really will be helping you too many times. What does it mean? Is like just that. So okay, we are just looking for union select and we have no idea about the table name. So why we are running here the table name, for example, add for the ABC. So let me running here the table name For the second one, if you have no idea, just giving at the null, or and the method how it's working. And the from is definitely, and at the information schema tables as always like here. And please do not actually here, guy, to forgetting giving here the dash like that. So if you're running it at the verb suites, so let me see, it's where's the running here. So what we do here, union select at the table name, and the second one is equal to null, and the from information schema tables, it will giving us again 300 methods like that. So let me running it here. So for the sync to you, then we can check in here or the table name about this website. So actually we are hacked this website like this, just time to be looking for this username and password about this website here. Now if you remember, we are just interesting on the users here, so you just have to be users. This is the users the databases I'm sorry, this is the user table name about this website actually here. So why we are using user xgms is like that. So you just have to be given it, Is it easy? I don't remember. All right. So now our palette is could be equal that, but we are just looking for the here. We have just the idea about the table name, and then all right. Let me go here one more time. Yes, we are not have just idea about the table name. And then we have to be given it word table name here directly, right? So why we are using it like here directly? All right, that's really cool. Let me go here again. So yes, I know. Time to running here union select to here. All right, so we are checking here the table name. It's time to be looking for the column name. All right, we have no idea about the column name. Why we're running here the column name like that, and that's definitely the second value could be equal to null because we have no idea about it. From it's definitely plus information schema tables like here. But at this from information schema tables, or all right, we are looking for the column name from information schema tables is could be equal to information schema columns is like here, and then is where like here, like where table name is equal to or table name here, like where where to table name to equal to here, really. Okay, so let me use it like that. Table name is equal to users xgms like that. It could be our default different for you. All right, union select column name null from information schema columns. We are just looking for the here. Our first goal checking here table name. The second one is equal to column name here like that, and then it's equal to and able to with this information schema columns as always like a here. Then if we checking the running here, what if giving us I'm really to what I'm really wondering what's giving us, or is it true? Yes, that's true. That's really amazing, guy. All right, let me run it here again. Yeah. No? Yes. All right. Now we are getting here username and password. So our username is equal to username under dash ATLM. No, we haven't now actually here the password or username. We are now have to username and the password table name here. So this is really important. So what we have to be do now, we have the column, we have the username table, we have the password table, and then we have users databases here directly. That means we can checking for the username and password of about the or target here directly. So let me run it here again. Union select plus to username value is equal to that, and then is definitely for the second one. Password value is equal that, but yeah, I'm kind of checking here. There's like here, definitely from to as it could be like a from at this users xgms is like that. You know why? You know why? And then definitely you have to be giving here again dash dash. So if you're checking it at on your the verbs again, what's running for us? I'm really, you know what? I'm checking here insert. So let me send it again. Yeah, there is yes. So you can check it at this administrator and password here with this command is could be giving you to the administrator and password here, but you know is not the hacking is the course. I want to be actually the best practicality here for you, and then the administrator and the password is administrator, and there's the winner password Carlos, and Carlos password is over here. So I think you're understanding here why we're using SQL injection, because this is really complicated to crack this password here. So if I'm gonna go here to login, so our password is username is administrator and our password is what we are find before. And this is of ending the labs 5 of this video, and that was really cool to hear. So let me explain you one more time. So we have to be checking for table name and column name. How we can checking the table name here with information schema tables and the column name to here, and finding here table of the username and password, and checking the users tables is over here, and then get all username and password here directly. All right, let me go at this 6 lab and the lab 6 to hear about this SQL injection of the port swigger. Alright, let me access the lab. Before the access the lab, I think we have to be doing same thing again. Alright, so SQL injection attack listing database contents on Oracle. This lab contains SQL injection vulnerability per tag category filter. The result from the query are returned application response, so you can use union attack retrieve data from other tables. The application has a login function, and the database contains table that holds username and the password. You need to determine the name of this table and the column it contains, then retrieve the contents of table option username password for all user here. Alright, we have to do it same thing here again. So I think it's the fine, so we can check it if they're wrong, and then we have to be using it. That's all of things here. Cheat set definitely, because we are now at this database contents is over here for the using it. I think it's time to go again to proxy intercept is on, turn on your burp and checking the gifts here, and send it on a repeater for analyzing this request. So if you are sending it, no way, will repeater. I really don't remember how I can fix it. I actually don't remember how can I fix it. Retouch. Alright. So send it. You will be checking here the 20 to method, get the request method here. So that means this is working now. So if you're gonna be go here the gifts again, it will be provide the gifts about this down to shopping at the side. So the again we have to be go to here this to here as always. You just have to be checking here username, password, and the table names is like that. But before do this, definitely you have to be starting with union select, and then we're just looking for ABC DEF to from dual. It's could be why we're looking for at the website if it's the SQL injection. So if I'm gonna be checking it to send it, it will be giving us this 2000 again. So that means yes, there's an SQL injection. Now we have to be using it. So yeah, we have to be using it again. I know, but it could be or different method in here. To be further this, you have to be go here at this cheat set about this SQL injection cheat set here. It's like there, now is able to or Oracle. Okay. Alright. If you are interested on the Oracle, we can checking for all tables and all table column information schema tables again here. Alright. So let me checking this the basics things about here. Yes, we are looking for again union select, is as always we are looking for. And the second one we are actually here to interesting about the table name. We did it before if you remember. And the second one could be equal to null here directly. And the from is could be or definitely at the dual or the different things here. So let me run in here dual one more time. So if you are control copy to this and go on your it and for or the target. So if I'm gonna be run it, it will be giving us this internal server here. Yes, we are giving us to here the table name and null from null. So it could be or why we're using here the dual. So I think you have to be changing it. So if I'm gonna be changing it with the old tables, that means if I'm telling them to I am actually interested on the old tables to here, then we can checking it. Yes, man, there is an is definitely SQL injection to here, and then now you just have to be looking for the users here. So if you're checking here to here, for example, impedance stats, for example, we will nothing together here. So we are not interested on this the users here. All right. So we're actually using here all tables. All right. So let's use it. All tables here. Users is Sage is over there. It's definitely. So let me run in here again. Union select. Okay. Now we are able to know it. We have the user. We have now the table name, so we can use it for the table name users under dash UMSEHE. This we have to be using it at this the table name. But before they use it, to again, so what we are needed to here, the table name and the column name. We needed it. Table name and column name. So why we are running here the column name? Yes, we are now looking for the column name about this website because we are have to be checking it. The second values could be definitely have to be equal to null, and the from it could be or from. Let me looking for the cheat set. Alright, select from all tabs columns. So why we are running here all tabs columns here. Where is it right here? We can check in. Yeah, where table name here. Alright, That's actually why we were using. Oh my god, really? All table columns were at this table name, or table name is equal to users UMSAGE, like that. And that is definitely you have to be given is and then dash dash. To be further this you have to be adding here, I think, the single quotation mark. So let me run it on the website. So let me run this. If I'm gonna be run it, we will checking here username and password table name again, guy, as always. So let me using it for the users table, and this for is the password table, like here, definitely. So let me use it again. So now we are able to be knowing here the column name again. So the plus, the union, select to username value is over here, and the password value is over here, and from the users. So this is our table name about to username and password, and this is our databases and the, for example, table of the users about the website in here. So now if you're checking it, we will be getting here the username password about to to administrator or another user here directly. So if I'm gonna be run it, and then we will check it again, administrator password. So let me go here, administrator, and the password is equal that, and the lab is solved again here directly. So I think is lab 5 and 6 is equal to real SQL injection real world scenario. So I actually love it about lab 5 and lab 6, and this one is actually really to equal to real world scenario. This real world scenario is really complicated but it's the same method, and the same thought is over here. So let me go here again. Alright, we are starting so fast and go for so fast. I don't know, I'm really tired now. Okay, so again or access or the lab. Yes, SQL injection union attack, but this is a really different really different really different method here we are looking for. So this is the old refine for us, and if I'm going to check in accessories, it will be change it, and then gifts, and then tag gift is like there. Alright, this labs contains a SQL injection vulnerability in the per tags category filter. The result from the query are returned the application response. So we can use union attack to retrieve data from other tables. The first step, such an attack determine numbers of or being returned by the query. You will be using techniques of single lab sequence for the SQL injection set we had to be using again. So let me using your proxy, intercept the zone, and the turn on your verb, and then where is the YouTube? I don't know. So if I'm gonna running here accessories, for example, and send it on the repeater, you will be see here different things with this repeater like that. So let me send it, then it will be giving us to here 20 on the post method again. So but if you are just running here union select again ABC the F bar, we cannot checking it because there is no, it's just about to shopping here. I know it, it's just able to it null. Yes, let me give her the dash right here, definitely, guy. So it's it's what is this? Yes, it is. We call it expression. All right. So I will be to show you the why we're using null here. About the other labs here. SQL injection unit attacked finding a column containing text here. Alright, we have to be doing it the same thing here, but it could be our different methodologies or there, it could be our different. Alright, so our new goal or new method is really easy. You just have to be, because we do it at the first thing about the SQL injection, because we found the table name and the column name and the getting password here. Union select null, null, and null. Yes, like that. Why we're using it? Because we have no idea about why we're using it, because we have no idea about the table name, column, and then the users, like that. So why we're using it, the union select null null again to here. So if you're checking here the gifts, it will be giving you here at this the gifts method thing here is to give you here to union select null null. But if you're changing it with this a, for example, at the first column, you will be adding here internal server. But if you're checking it for the second column is a, you will be checking here the a methoding and the a word here for the working at. But to make this database raving strings could be equal that. So if I'm gonna be checking it with this, you will be installed with this lab again here directly. So let me go here, all labs. No, it's not here. All right. So let me go here, all labs again. And there is one more. Yes, SQL injection unit attack retrieving data from all tables, and this is the same with others. So we have to be using it here actually again. So if you're using, you remember it. What we're doing before. So it's actually the same thing here. We are doing, we are just doing here the same things. Yes, plus union to select, it's the same thing. Yeah, ABC and then DF. With this dash dash, then we'll be checking here ABC and DF, the dash dash to here like that. So these two basics. But if you're checking it with the username, and then it's definitely plus password, and then from the users here with like that, you will be checking here the administrator password. Alright, we are doing here the same thing at this Portswigger. Portswiggers, shame on you, we are just doing here the same thing. Alright, I think we can jump in here the different platform about the SQL injection. So I think we are gonna be all learning here how to using SQL injection. I think we have some idea about the SQL injection now. And then we are knowing that we have to be using this cheat set and then this payloads at the GitHub and this hacked bricks for the where we have to be using SQL injection like here. But the Portswigger will be to regularly doing the regularly same things. So I want to be to jumping here, try hack me. Alright, let me go try hack me. Alright, go for the here learn and go for the search and then running here SQL. Alright, that's cool. Now we have to be doing here this the two, now we have to be that could be our different room for we have to be using for our SQL injection. So then we will be doing the two the room at the try hack me then we will go for real world scenario. I hope so. I don't know. So the before do this, we have to be go Media's castle room here directly. So okay, let me planning here home downloads and open VPN linear algebra open VPN here. Let me run it, and then if I'm gonna be controller R is over here, and start the machine. Time to waiting for the machine, and this is really cool CTF about the SQL injection. Is like a real world scenario. I swear to God. I swear to God, it's real like a real world scenario. Alright, then we will be alright. Let me looking for how we can looking here the real world scenario. I don't know, it will be changing, but I wanna be jumping here the hacker one. So IPRS is here definitely. Alright, let me go this IPRS. Then we will be see here Apache to Ubuntu default page. So what we are doing at this or real world scenario, you know, it's able to it let me running here the tree file, and then the rename with this VPN, and then let me running here about this IPRS. Then we will checking here, yes, they are using here Apache 2 Ubuntu default page, and if you are looking for controller U, and you will see here register for the running this on your etc host. I think is over here. So let me go here. No, etc hosts, and then the IPRS is equal that, and the password is definitely is equal that here. So alright, that's cool. HTTP and the Hogwarts castle.try hack me here. Yes, now we are on the welcome to Hogwarts, and there is username and password is on the login page for us, I think. So yeah, we have no idea about this correct or second answer. Alright, we are not interesting, we are just interesting here the SQL injection, you know. So if I'm gonna be checking here what we were doing before, to looking for administrator password like here. So let me control F admin. So I actually showing you here, guys, how is the real world scenario look like. Alright, the first thing we have to be try here the admin, and then the single quotation mark and the dash, and for the password is definitely could be equal to single quotation mark, and it will be show you incorrect username and password. So let me try the others. It could be like that, and then for the password could be or this, and then this will be redirecting us. The password for Lucas Washington is incorrect. Concat administrator congrats on SQL injection. Keep digging. Alright, this is giving us a message for yes, there is an SQL injection, but there is no way to be doing with this. I think we have to be doing here the again looking for table name, and then looking for database, all of things here, you know what's different here, and then checking for the table name here. I think we have to be do, I don't know, it's could be or it's remind us like that. So it's fine. Let me run in here admin, and for the password is definitely password. Let me run and go here proxy intercept the zone, turn on your burp, and then if you're submit it, it will be giving on the post methods. So that means already there is really login page and login directory, username and the password here. Alright, let me turn off here and go for repeater. So if I'm gonna be sending it, it will be giving us incorrect username and password here directly. So now I think, so we have to be running here, the password is single quotation mark. Well, I'm running here the password, it doesn't matter, I think. So now to here, we have to be running union select again. Yes, as always, we have to be doing it. Union select, you know, as could be or null. We have to be changed it. So I told you before, we have no idea about the table name, have no idea about the column, have no idea about the users table. So why we are using here union select null, null, and null. So let me running here again. Union select null, null, and null here like that is definitely. So you please do not remember to adding here the dash dash here. So if I'm gonna be sending it, it will be giving us 500 internal server error is over here. This is really, you know what does it mean? This is the good news for us. So that means we can checking for the here something different. You know, it could be or different things to here. So if I'm gonna be checking here plus and dash again, so what we are looking for us, the 5 internal server error again here, right? All right, that's fine. Okay, if you're checking here the union select is not equal to null, null, and null. So if you are using here 1, you know, and 2 and 3 and 4, and it's definitely why we are using it. And then here again you have to be using dash dash. Now we are checking for 1, 2, 3, and 4 column name to here for the checking into. And then it will be a redirecting message is error is not equal to incorrect username and password. Is redirecting for us here. The password for 1 is incorrect is 4. Yes, we're finding here SQL injection and the time to be checking or looking for the good payload. It's a real payload to here and looking into. So let me try to hear if we can we change this value is over here. I don't know. So if I'm gonna be running here to, for example, 1, because it's just running on this 1 and 4 here, if you are understanding. Because if I'm gonna be running here the 2 and here the 1, it will be giving us the here the password is 2 is incorrect 4. So right, that means we can just manipulating 1 and 2. And 1 and the first and the last parameter we can actually to manipulating here. So we have to be changing some parameter at the first value here. So if I'm gonna be checking here the hello, it will be giving us as the hello parameter is over here, and that's correct. Yes, now how we can use it the SQL injection. We are just have to be changing this parameter is over here for the manipulating it. So if I'm gonna running here escalate under dash version is over here, it will be giving us this. It could be or giving after SQL light to version is over here. Yes, that is correct. Now we are finding here guide to SQL injection. Time to be bypassing it with for the looking for username and password. You know what does it mean? And you know what's my goal to here. So before to do this, let me go again to Sublime Text for the running here to correct it's just for the good the payload here. All right, union select. So we are just looking for at the union select again as always. This is or we are always use it. So really anyway, so we are just looking for at this union select. All right, we have no idea about the table name to here. We are just we have just idea about this version like here. All right, let me running here group concat for we are to hear interesting about the table name, right? Like here. All right, we are just actually here interesting about the table name here directly. And this is for the first value because of we can just changing here the first value. That means or you have to be give it here 3 2 3 and 4 again. This could be or really important for you because of we can just manipulating here at this first value is over there directly. So now if we have to be checking it and then choosing it at this SQL master. Because why we are using here SQL master? Because they are using here escalate 3 escalate, you know, and if you are reading at the here which table name they are using, then you will see here escalate master like is there definitely escalate master we have to be using here. All right, where then we have to be to giving here the table name. If you are understanding to remember the before, it could be equal to table name is like here the table name is could be like that. You know what if it could be her it could be here to different things. For example, if you wanna be to filter your the table name, you have to be use this command like that. So now we are looking for where at the type or the type about we are just looking for type at the table name like that is definitely, but you just have to be checking here the here table name like that, or type is equal to table name, but not like SQLite. So it could be our discussion for the accepting with this SQLite to here what we were doing before SQLite to here, because you have to be filtered with the table name to SQLite to here. So let me go here. Is not could be not like at is to SQLite is that like SQLite under dash and the percent like here. This could be like that. It's definitely, so please do not to giving here dash dash plus dash. Now we are checking for we can just manipulating at the first value about to table name. So why we're using here group concat at the table name to here, we are just looking for the table name about this website, and then you have to be put it the 3 through 2 3 and 4 to here directly, and then we are just looking for SQL master here, and the word the type is equal to table name is not like SQL to here. So let me sending this at the here directly. So what's could be giving us really feel different here. No, 5 internal server here. Group concat a table name is a form from SQL master. Word type is table name here. Word type is could be equal to table and then and plus table name, not like SQL master. Let me run it at again. Bad request. Union select group concat here. Alright, let me alright, it could be like that. Alright, let me run the looking for here. Union select group concat here table name. Yeah, it could be our table name like that, definitely. And then 3 2 3 4 and from SQL master word type or type could be equal to table is like there definitely, and then plus and the table name will not like escalate this. So let me run it again at the here. Again, the back request. Alright, union select group concat table name 3 4 from escalate master where the type name and table name not like SQL. The password here. So should I getting here the plus? I don't know. Yeah, I got it before. Let me cd home documents ls cd SQL the cat and txt could be like there. Let me paste it here. Alright, union select group concat table name 3 4 from escalate master word type table and table name not like this is something about to here to. So let me run it again one more time. Yes. All right. We finding here the to or table name. All right. Or table name is equal to users. Oh my god. We finding it. All right. That's real fine. All right. Or table name is equal to users here. Okay, now we can run it here again. Union. Alright guys, we finding here table name. Now we can checking for all username here. Alright, union select. Oh my god, so true. Union select right here is definitely now we're have to be checking for the password like that. Group concat at the password we are looking for the password. Yes, we are looking for password here. Again is 3 2 3 4 and from users. From users here. Alright, this definitely could be like that. Is dash dash plus dash. So let me run here. Then we will checking here all password about this website like that. So now guys, we are finding all password about this website. You know, they are hiding your password like this. With the hash you have to be correct. All the hash is over here, but our goal is not solving the CTF. Our goal is the equal to it's our goal is equal to SQL injection. Now we can check it here table name and the username is all of things here and the finding here the password like here definitely. So this is really cool. So let me deleting all of things here and then terminate this machine here and then looking for the another machine about at the try hack me. So let me go here the second page and then go for unstable to win is over here directly. Alright, this is really cool machine. Again, we have to be fine and we have to be so with it. Alright, okay, that's really easy peasy and cool video I think guy. Okay, so wait a minute, I'm coming. we're finding here again the IP addresses and for unstable 2 in here. So let me go this IP addresses here if it's gonna be working here to 80 port. So again we have a now working with the here guy to the solving CTF. We're just looking for into the SQL injection here directly. So there is no port is running, I don't know, but we have to be go here again etc host, I think etc host, and then the let me running it and the unstable. Is it unstable, right? Yes, unstable. That's right, hack me like that. All right, let me go http unstable try hack me that here. I don't know why it's not working, but it's could be or have to be working here, I don't know. Okay, I'm a 4 sc-sv-pn. I'm looking for, but this is not needed, I think. Am I doing here the wrong? So that cat etc host to here. Yeah, I hear the wrong. Right, that's fine. So if I'm gonna be using here curl -x post http unstable try hack me. Why is not working? I don't know. Yeah, this is really cool for SQL injection. Really. Let me start the machine here again and now etc host. Control X. The one till the machine will let me go here the hacker one. In this video I'm gonna be show you guys to how you can earn money with your SQL injection skills here. Really. Yes, sign it in the successfully here. But before the starting hacker one, I wanna be solve this room here. Okay. Alright, let me go here again. I don't know why it's not working, but it's could be working here. It has to be working here. Alright, this is the hacker one. For example, you can earn money here. So if you go here the dashboard, for example, you will see your apply about your so you can checking the here learn to hack. For example, hacker user capture the flag or hack do it here. Well, let me go for example to capture the flag. It will be giving you CTF, but it's not needing. I think it's Portswigger and the try hack me is better than it. And then if you're checking here the inbox, it will be checking you what's your the doing before. And for example, hack activity is over here. So what you're doing here, for example, book bounty, disclose it, publish it, or all. Let me run in here the role, and then you will see there they are paying you money. For example, Shopify will pay you money about this room is like here exactly. So to be further this, let me solve this room, but it's not working. I don't know. Yes, now we can solve this room again. So let me go here, etc host, and then add this IP addresses with unstable try hack me. Is it? Yes. So if you're checking it with http unstable.tryhackme, it will be giving here again the same websiting is over here. So but you will see here there's nothing we can see, and it's giving us the parameter is 1. So now let me try to read it, curl-x with unstable.tryhackme, and it's giving us this not allowed here directly. So I think we have to be starting here to the before the mmap scan. We have to be starting here the what is the important things here, looking for this which directory is running about this website. So the before do this, let me ring here GoBuster. GoBuster is not installing at my server, really. Alright, let me install it. Alright, the GoBuster gear-u I think actually before at the cd home document cd SQL and the field here. Yes, not okay. Gear-u and or victim is equal that and -v user share wordless gearbuster directory list 3.2 medium txt -x txt php and the HTML could be like that, but I don't want to be using here the extension here. So you will see there the info directory here directly. So you can go here the for info directory, for example, and it will be redirect you. The login API needs to be called with username and password files. It has not been fully tested yet, so Marinot will develop it and secure here. Then if you're starting your again the GoBuster scan, you will see here the most important things is definitely API, and the API has a login directory here again. The OR goal is equal to it API and the login API and the login it's not login, it's the login directory here we have to be looking for. So why we're using it is here the curl again. Let me using here the curl, and then we are just looking for at this the tryhackme API don't login, and it will be giving her no method not allow here. But you have to be using here -x the post method. Why we're using it? Because they are using here the API, and the API are using here the method of the post here directly. So why we are using it like that. So before the using at the post, you have to be giving it the single quotation mark on your URL to here, and then you just checking here this and the directed to here. Your username and password value is over here. For example, we're running for username is could be equal to admin, and password is admin, could be like here, for example, and then it will be giving us this non-value is over here. So what does it mean? Yes, we are checking the here value of the here, and then yeah, is we are to giving the values over here, but it's giving us nothing here. If I'm checking it again, it's giving us the here the null again, and then you have to be do it again for the username and password is passed or not correct here. Now we are checking on the adding on drop or username and password here about this not allowed methoding is like here. So you can use it with this non-allowed method like that. So what we have to be thinking about here, yes, we are knowing there's a username and password about this website. We can do it with this -d parameter like that. So that is why we are using this -d parameter here to directly. So Time to be using here single quotation mark as always. We are looking to select union select the table name and something like that to here. For example, let me run in here one, and definitely for the second one, looking for SQL version if it's correct. If it's it definitely has a here to SQL injection, so why we are using it. And SQLite version and dash dash you have to be using it, and it will be definitely giving you the SQLite version. So now we are understanding, yes, there is an SQL injection, and you have to be using it with this SQL injection and checking your username and password here directly like that. So it could be or really cool. So again, we have to be using it. Yes, we can actually manipulating at the after the admin parameter is over here, union select, one escalate version is over here directly. Definitely you can actually using it with like that. All right, let me please to deleting it because we just can't manipulating is over here, so that means we can run it here. All right, let me doing it at the verb suite. All right, we can do it like here. I don't know. All right, do it like here. Okay, we are just what's our goal. Our goals are looking for table name and the column name here. All right, for the looking for the table name, you have to be checking for the here table name here directly, like with this table name. We are looking for the table name because if you are checking here the table name, we can looking for the column, and if we have had the column and the table name, we can looking for username and password about this website databases here directly. So we are looking for table name from SQL version like here, definitely from the SQL master, because on yes, we know they are using here the SQL, and if they are using here the SQL, they have to be to save their databases at the SQL master here. Yes, the table name we are looking for the SQL master here, where again we are looking for type, and then it's equal to all right, let me use it like that. Type is is or type is equal to table, and then and table name is not like again what we were doing before at this media secrets, not like escalate under dash and the person here, and I definitely have to be using our dash dash. So if I'm going to be checking here the username and passwords are incorrect, and we will finding here the tables, or first table is equal to notes and the second one is equal to here and the users. All right, the first table is equal to notes and the second table is equal to here the users. Now we can checking it with this to value and looking for the table name here directly. So now time to be looking for the table name. The word is the table name's value is the table to add this to looking for the username password like here. We are just looking for it. So again we have to be come over here, and for we just just manipulating is after the one value is over here, the with starting with union select, is like that why we're using it. So this is really cool. All right, let me doing the is a manual SQL command with the for select this something word select from select SQL from yes select SQL from here SQL master where table name is it could be like a table name without this the auspicious, right? Table name is equal to, now we are know what's the table name is equal to users like here. So let me run it with this dash dash. Yes. Now we are looking for how is the table name is workings. That's really cool. Let me change it here and save here. Alright, they are using create a table at the user and then giving the an attribute will be ID, username, password, and primary key here. Alright, we have to be check it before the username, and the second one is the password because we are just interested in your username password. Definitely here, for example, that's not our business for the ID, for example, is over here directly. So let me check in here again for manipulating here with this looking for just username, right? All right, union select, it's could be our group under dash contact concat is could be our concat and username. Now we are looking for the username here because they are the saving their username with this credential with the definitely from users, and then you have to be using here dash again, and then guys we finding here user about this website. This is really like a real world scenario and why we're like this. So let me doing same thing with for password here. Okay, for if I'm gonna be checking here password, it will be giving us the nope. Yes, then we will checking here the password about this user, but I think that's not password. I think it's just green, orange, red, yellow, and continue. I think this is just for colors about the user here. All right, we hacked the machine, you know. Now we have a password, username, password here. Time to be running here again the curl-x post. All right, what we were doing before, and then looking for the API username is the password is admin, and then union the select, for example, one, and then looking for from notes. Yes, notes, because there is a different, you know, the other to databases here we have to be looking for a thing, so not like that. Yes, I have left my node or server and the family back get together, and my password is equal that. So we finding here the password. I think we can crack it at the correct station, because you know this is hash no correct station. Yes, hash correct station. Alright, let me go here. Alright, I'm correct the hashes. Yes, the password is equal to experiment. So we finding here the password or someone. I don't know what's the which one is this. Yes, it's the Mary Ann. Alright, I think we can access the SSI server here with this credential. Alright, SSH Mary. Is it Mary Ann? Yes, Mary Ann. Mary under dash Ann at this IP address, definitely. And our password is experiment. Is it something again error? Alright, let me put and paste it here, and the last login is over here, and we are looking for the here users flag. Yes, you know, there is no more to SQL injection. We have to be looking for the here, so I don't want to be continue this to CTF, so let me terminate this machine. So we are doing about the SQL injection, all of things here, and we are ending off the here guy to try hack me. Now we know now it's the how to create database, how to manipulate database, and then we are solving Portswigger all SQL injection labs, and then we solved the two labs at the try hack me. Now Time to be go hacker one and looking someone into here direct.